Hey guys, Woods Farm here. Just going to do a quick update video on Project 222, specifically in regards to the transmission, the Powerglide transmission that came with the chassis. We've got a lot of moving parts right now with the project. We're working on brakes, working on steering, but I just want to take a quick break from that and do an update in regards to what's going on with the transmission. This is a critical part for the Driveline, obviously, and we're really working our way up to testing this thing to make sure everything works the way it should, essentially making sure that the wheels go forward when the transmission is in forward gear. Powerglides, it's an older transmission design. I will not claim to be an expert, but what I do know about them is they're pretty reliable and heavy duty, and they're really favored for like drag racing and like rock crawlers and all kinds of different applications because they're so tough. We did a quick test run last night and discovered that it appeared we only had reverse gear. So that was cause for concern. We don't know the history of this transmission, and we did everything we could to try to get it to shift, and it seemed to only want to be in reverse gear. Now, I was looking at the bell housing on this thing, and there was a little note scribed into it that said, out of rail dragster, and then it said manual valve. So I did some research last night, did the deep dive into Powerglides, watched quite a few YouTube videos, did a bunch of research on different hot rod forums, and someone else has had similar problems with not being able to shift into forward gears, and there's a piece called the manual valve or the spool valve, and apparently that can somehow get disconnected from the shift linkage. So we had to drop the pan, drain the oil, pull everything apart to look at the inner workings here. And obviously there's not a lot you can do with these transmissions while they're bolted into the chassis. But did the research, and I actually took the time to call a local transmission shop, and I want to just give a shout out to Scott's Transmission in Oxford Mills. The guy, he was super helpful over the phone and kind of talked me through this. But the manual valve is what the shift linkage, and for instance, we'll put it, that's park, and you shift through the different gears. If you can see, I'll point it, that's the manual valve, and it needs to be, the slot here needs to be linked up with the shift linkage. So the manual valve was not attached, and it was actually pushed up inside the valve body. I'd use a little magnet to pull it out and reattach it. And we're going to put this all back together and test it out, but that should give us, hopefully give us the ability to shift now that this is attached correctly. Okay, so my son John was out and we just did another test, and we got forward gears and we got reverse. Everything seems to be working. You put it in forward, tires are going in the right direction to move the vehicle forward. Put it in reverse, it will shift into reverse and the wheels change direction. So a pretty simple thing, but it's a pretty big milestone. We still need to get a rear drive shaft. We still need brakes. We still need a steering system, but we're very, very close to the episode where we're going to actually road test this and confirm that the chassis is viable. And once that happens, we can start actually investing the money and the time into building the replica body for the 222 Scout Car. So, very exciting. If you're just tuning into the project now, definitely like and subscribe so you can see updates on this project. We're going to be posting continuous videos, probably weekly throughout the winter as we continue to build on this project. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and as always, thanks for watching.